Hey everyone, I'm Madonna Guy and this is Sharon French. Welcome, welcome. We're chatting today about the BioResonance scanner. Sharon is an independent distributor with Solex, and we've had such a fun weekend.
We did.
And our minds have been blown by the company and the sort of things that they keep creating.
Yeah.
And firstly, you've been using the BioResonance AO scanner for a while now. What sort of things have you used for it within your family and friends?
Just for general health, just for checking and just for, trying to balance and fix, certain little problems.
How would you feel if someone stole away that technology and you weren't allowed to have it anymore?
Oh my God, I'd be devastated.
That's what happened to,
yeah.
you've heard that story with Lauren. That's what happened to him back in the 80s.
Yeah, I know.
So he had put all of his life into it, and a government organisation came and took it away. He lost everything.
That would be so devastating.
Yeah.
I'd be totally devastated.
So, so from our perspective, one of the things that we learned over the weekend, which is really the industry standard for blood tests. Do you remember what percentage accurate they are?
50.
55%. That's what they admit to. Isn't that interesting? So if you get two lots of blood taken on the same day, and one is sent to one lab and one sent to another, sometimes it looks like a totally different human being. Pretty interesting. Because it's all about the way they do it and what they're checking and blah, blah, blah. So that's sort of interesting. And this technology is used by people, without saying the word, because, we're on YouTube, people who look for growths in the body that aren't stopping, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
They had a conference over the weekend at the same time we are. They use it in Ecuador as their main way of looking at bloods.
Yes.
They prefer it over the blood tests.
What did Lauren say? It's got an
85% minimum accuracy. And that's why
that's pretty awesome.
Those humans down there who look after things that grow in our bodies, that's why they like it better than the bloods. The things you have to do. So anyway, the AO scanner, we just love it. And I'll just show you one of the cute little, because I'm a naturopath, I do big balances I do big scans on everyone. This is the inner voice scan, and I did it for the first time over the weekend because I'm always after bigger stuff. But so this little inner voice scan, so you can see this is me this morning at 5:50 a.m. and it does a quick scan. It looks at 7,000 frequencies of your voice, and basically it gives you a bit of an overview and says, okay, Madonna, your F note is out of balance. These are the positive emotions that are associated with the F note in your voice, and these are the negative emotions. So if I then listen to the frequencies with the corresponding glasses, it changes the way my cells function.
Yes.
Do you use the glasses? I'm a bit slack.
Yeah, me too. I've only used them a couple of times.
David, the holistic counsellor, found them in here somewhere, so I know they're somewhere. I'll ask him tomorrow where they are. But anyway, so it gives this really neat little, and this is just one of the many, many things that you can do with it. So it's just a really neat little process to do an inner voice scan. But we also have things like the body system scan, which go through the 13 major body systems. Yeah. And of course, I do all of the systems, but you can just choose, say, endocrine system and lymphatic system if that's what you're interested in. Or for someone with bladder issues, you might just choose the kidney or the renal system. Or if someone's trying to work on their eyes and their ears, you might just work, there's a nervous system to do with so you can just choose those individual things. I've never done that. Apparently you can.
Yeah, I've never done that either. I do the whole lot.
Yeah. I do the whole lot all the time, Because as a naturopath, I know we're taking a lot of stuff. And because we take things like ASEA, it's not a problem moving in a lot of stuff because then we're shifting it. Yeah. But with the BioResonance scan, it really is like a doctor in the palm of your hand. So because the technology is available and it's basically the software people are renting, which is only 150 US a month. It's really quite phenomenal. So it really is something that's quite amazing. But tell us, so we had 3 new products released here in Australia over the weekend. What's your favourite, do you think?
Oh, the hub.
The hub. There's something called an AO hub.
Yeah. Oh.
We were so excited when he said that's coming to Australia.
Amazing. Yeah.
So with the people in your family that you can imagine using it for, what's the biggest benefit, do you think?
Well, with hubby, with his injury from football, from all the head knocks.
Yeah.
It's going to really help him.
Yeah.
Immensely. It's really good for brain trauma, brain injury. My darling little Havana and Roman with their ASD and ADHD, it's going to help to calm that brain, and it works on addiction. So yeah, it's well, the children.
People like Boy George and Mick
addicted
Jagger have used this type
Yeah.
of technology, and that's why they're still alive. They put it down to this technology.
They said the addiction to gaming. Well, all the children are addicted to that. So,
which is worse than the addiction to heroin. Isn't that interesting? It's a much bigger area of the brain that gets affected with gaming and pornography.
Calming down the nervous system, which will be fantastic for me and my whole family.
Yeah.
So it's going to be brilliant.
It's just awesome. So it's up to a 30-minute treatment once or twice a day, and especially with addictions, it needs to be done daily for 28 days, minimum to regrow neuronal pathways in the brain. And that's what we've got to do, because if we've got addiction, shopping, alcohol, whatever, sugar, there'll be a specific part in the brain that has so much neurology going on that the rest of the brain gets missed out. So by using this every day, utilizing there's visuals, there's hearing, you can use it on your new little PEMF mat. So you can double up on treatment simultaneously. It's so exciting. Anyway, so it's very cool, because being able to recreate those neuronal pathways, imagine what it's going to do with all the kids with learning problems and brain injuries and, all these poor little darlings whose brains just don't work. And imagine what you could do in an aged care home. Oh my Lord. Yeah. Like it's just phenomenal what you can imagine where you could go with this, if people were to actually think about the benefits.
I know.
Because, people talk about dementia as the long goodbye.
Yeah.
Because they tend to, even though people, yes, they die of dementia, but it takes forever. And I'm not saying that in a heart, I'm not being silly, but these people don't have their brain for years and years and years.
Noreen's had hers for over 10 years.
Yeah.
Over 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't bad in the beginning, but you could see the memory starting back years ago.
Yeah.
And it's just slowly got worse and worse.
So the hub is just an amazing little add-on tool to the AO scanner. So anyone who has a subscription for the month can buy one of these AO hubs. And by the way, I did mention it this morning in a training group. Every 3 months you've got the subscription, you get a 30% off voucher. Yeah. So imagine. So this is, I think the cost price, it's American, about $3,000. Is it straight $3,000 US? Yeah. But the equivalent equipment that it's been similar to is the theta chambers. Do you remember how much they are? No. 78,000 US. So the only thing that this doesn't do, so the whole thing about a theta chamber, if you can afford one, go buy one of them, go your hardest. So it's basically a huge machine that you lie in, and it actually does a 360 spin 10 times per second. So what that's doing to your brain is basically waking up all of those neurons and cells, and so it's really amazing for shifting things. And that's what our awesome guy Lauren, who's daddy Solex, and that's what he used to help to disabled children that he had adopted. Yeah. One with cerebral palsy and one with Down syndrome. And within a week, the school was going, "What have you done to your children?" Yeah. And then within a couple of weeks, parents were knocking on the door saying, "Oh my God, I want in. What are we doing?" And back then, so that's going back like 35, 40 years ago, at that time, you only needed 21 days. Because we've got so much stimulation these days, it's at least 28 days these days. Because our poor little brains have got so much stimulation all day, every day. We need more. We need more.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. We're like Pretty Woman. I want more. No. But the other thing, so they've also released the PEMF mat. Very exciting again. Now, this one, you don't have to have a subscription. It's always best to join as a preferred customer, not as a retail customer. Retail customer, you pay a full price. Preferred customer, there's no cost of being a preferred customer. Is there? There's not, is there? But you basically get it at a cheaper price. So I'm always surprised when people choose customer. And I think it's because the blurb says that there's monthly fees, but there's no monthly fees to being a preferred customer. You can go in there and buy an Infinity mat or the PEMF mat, not the AO hub, because you have to have the monthly subscription with that. You need to be a QLA. Yeah, but so the PEMF mat, when he was putting that together, so it's got the beautiful chakra crystals in it. It has different layers of grounding and energy that you can put on. Yeah. And one of the things is, yes, PEMF. There is EMF that we're getting through that. But what the Chinese discovered is if you had two plates with the EMF and they're facing each other, that negates the negative.
Took it down to 5%, I think he said.
Yeah, 5% of the EMF radiation.
Yeah.
Of what you have in the other,
yeah.
in potentially other mats. So this is the only one on the market that has those two, which is reducing.
So the benefits way outweigh.
Way.
5%.
Yeah. You love the idea of the PEMF mat?
Yes. Oh, lying on that mat and, all the,
Yeah. So that's really exciting as well. And the other little goodie they released this weekend was the foot detox. Now, I don't know, maybe it's my ADHD brain, but one of the things about the foot the foot detox is, it's getting the thing and filling it up with water to the right temperature, getting it under my foot, and also having to sit at the front of your chair so you're upright so that your feet actually fit into it.
Yeah.
It's not comfortable. So I've had a few foot baths over the years and I never use them because you can't just sit back and relax. You've got to sit forward so that your feet are actually in there because I'm a shorty. I've tried to do it in my sauna, to double up on time. And even that's a pain in the butt. So I go, that doesn't work either. So with this one, you don't use water, which is awesome. And it actually sits on a little plate, which you can shift to the angle that you want to sit on. So you can just sit on your lounge chair, have it up on an angle like this so that your feet just go in it.
Lauren has thought of everything.
He's just amazing. And the fact that it's non-water, it's using radio frequency. Radio frequency, but it's great for people with peripheral neuropathy. Again, doesn't need to be in concert with the monthly fee. So this is separate to that. Yeah. And there's also, and it's about, is it 900 US?
Yes.
Yep. And then for an additional 300, you can actually get a belt to put around your waist as well. So what it does is it increases your cellular temperature by 1.5 degrees. So it puts you into a mild fever. Yeah. Now, as we get older, particularly as women, because estrogens, it's a bitch, or xenoestrogens, not our good estrogen, our naughty estrogens, the pretend estrogens that are out there in the environment. What they do is slowly slower our metabolism. So, women more so than men, we lose our muscle mass, we lose our metabolism, we lose our good cellular energy, and then we have to run on cortisol and adrenaline, noradrenaline, that sort of thing. So because this puts us into a slight little fever, but once again, only 1.5 degrees, it's actually, it's waking up the cells in your body to start releasing and discharging toxins.
I think, did I read it's like thermography or something?
Thermography?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That sort of energy?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I wrote it. I was reading it last night.
Nice. Excellent.
Yeah.
So it sort of does, so foot detox, yes, because we've got the feet in there, but it's fantastic for getting people's feet nerves improving all the way up through their legs. And you might feel like your ankles are hot or your knees are hot after a bit of time because it takes time for the body to wake up these cells. So people with peripheral neuropathy where you're literally numb in your hands and feet,
imagine how they'd feel.
My goodness,
that's an awful thing
because it does the detox simultaneously. So a lot of these plates that we put our feet on, they don't do the detox. So this is it's got extra features in it that are really helping with the detox, which is quite cool. But I'm very excited about that. But imagine having that belt around the abdomen when someone's got something with, say, kidney issues or liver issues or gallbladder issues or pancreas issues or intestinal problems, and being able to actually put that on the abdomen simultaneously. Like it's an add-on. You don't have to have the abdominal, because it's about an extra $300 or something like that, US. So, but it's very exciting. It's very exciting.
Very exciting. I mean, the scanner itself is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I'm still learning. There's so many things that they spoke about on the weekend. So I'll be practicing doing that. But to have the hub, oh my goodness, and the mat, and then you've got the foot detox. It's And
I'm treating a lot of CANCER. And so when you think about that, what, like as a lay person, what's your favorite thing, do you think?
Well, I love the scanner.
The scanner,
because that's your go-to.
That's just bringing your cells back into balance every time you're doing it.
That's just helping everything in your body.
Yeah.
You find where the problem is and you work on that.
Yes.
But then you add in that hub. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Do you think for CANCER, the hub? I can't wait to see the checklist. Lauren reckons
Yeah,
there's just this huge list of things that you go and pretty much point and click, so it'll be interesting to see what that
well,
list
yeah,
is.
I guess we don't know about that because
we'll have it in Australia within a month. We're so excited.
We're going to be using that loads and just experimenting and seeing and watching the problems just unfold in front of us.
Oh my goodness, so exciting. Oh, yeah. So I think let me think. Yeah, probably if I think about the big nasty things, well, maybe even the foot detox, because imagine with someone with, say, CANCER, it's a metabolic disease.
Yeah.
So if someone is holding some abdominal visceral fat, them potentially having that around their waist as well as detoxing, maybe. They've got these huge clinics over in the States, where they've just got lots of equipment and lots of technology that they're utilizing.
Lauren said they've got these clinics and they do all sorts.
Yeah. Anyway, so we just thought we'd share a little bit about the excitement. I'll have Sharon's little details down the bottom, and mine will be at the end as well. So if you're interested, get onto the sites, have a look, put your country in up the top right. So by putting your country in, you'll know what's available. And if you're not finding information on the things we've been chatting about, put the country in as the USA initially, and everything's available there, so you'll be able to go have a look. Excellent. But yeah, we're loving it. And I think this BioResonance device, because they just keep on adding to it. So I've been using it nearly 3 years. So it's 3 years next week, I think. And it was just after my mum died. So I bought it before she died. And because she was so tired, and I thought, oh, this will give me some answers. And then by the time it arrived, because in those days it was the actual device, these days it was too late, and it was just, it was meant to be. It was what it was. But it is really interesting, sort of thinking about how the device has developed in 3 years.
Oh, yeah.
So 3 years ago, so I think a month before I started doing it, they didn't have chakras in there. And so they just added that in. The day that I got it was the first day the body system scan was available. Oh, wow. Since then, they've added in the AO tune, they've added in flower essences, they've added in so much stuff.
More homeopathics.
More homeopathics. Oh. So with the homeopathics, I'm sure I've told you this story before, but one of my rallies is in kidney failure at Christmas time last year. And I didn't have all of her details, but I put as much as I could in there. It's about frequency. So, if you have someone's name and their, I think it's name, date of birth, email, a photo.
Your weight and your height.
Your weight and height. So we guessed as close as we could to everything for her. Yeah. And so hubby, he was out the door at, midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning or whenever it was. And I was home with Teddy. And so, but he was off to say goodbye. That's what it was, So he went to pick up his mum and, they went to hospital, and I just started scanning. And what I saw was huge kidney, like everything was red in the kidneys. Oh. And so what I did was created some Cephis. And because I didn't know what was going on, except I was having a look, and there was a whole bunch of, insulin, diabetes sort of stuff, as well as a bunch of infections. So I just opened up a bunch of tabs. This is the benefit of the technology this is the AO scanner technology at $150 US per month. I opened up about 10 tabs on my computer, and each one I loaded her in there, and I created a toxicity kidney playlist because I didn't have one before. So I just put a whole bunch of frequencies in there and started running it. Lauren and all the others say sometimes a few frequencies is fine, but I was on a mission. Yep. And I had another one with like jibbity jab detoxing. I had another one with clotting. I had another one with just general viral particle detoxing. I had another one with chakras. I just opened up 10. I went, right, she's not going on my watch. But what was interesting was that because I kept running the comprehensive scans, and there was so much red with one of the kidneys, they both weren't failing. So, well, the other one was crap, but it wasn't as crap as, and I can't remember which one was the worst, but when I saw her for Christmas 5 days later, and she said something about, blah, 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 and she's just chatting away like she, hadn't been in hospital 5 days earlier. And I said something to her like, I said, yeah. I said, have they re-scanned your right kidney? She said, what do you mean my right kidney? And I said, oh, because I'd been looking in her little body with the scanner. So I could see which one it was. Whereas they didn't actually check for which kidney it was. She was just dying.
That's the amazing thing about the scanner.
It's the amazing thing about the scanner.
Incredible.
You can see, and and this is with the people who treat CANCER over in Ecuador, and they're using this as their major thing. So if I've got someone who comes in and says, I've got, say, breast lumps, I want to have a look at their damn scan. I said, no, I don't trust what they're saying, because a lot of the time it will be a lump. They go in, they do a biopsy, that can spread something through the body.
Yeah.
So I want to have a look myself and go, right, is it the lymph? Is it the nerves? Is it the muscle? I'll have a look through the vitals and go, well, is it the hormones? Is it heavy metals? Is it parasites? Is it bacteria? Is it viral particles? Is it damn jibbity jabs? I want to have a look.
And the scanner can do that.
And the scanner can do that. And I had a guy.
It is better being a practitioner and knowing.
No.
But us normal people that are just, haven't got that ability, the average Joe Blow, you can still do your scan, you can have a look.
And you can optimize.
You get to learn very quickly.
Yes, because there's lots of support out there. If you
want
to learn, there's plenty to learn.
They have loads of videos that you can watch.
And there's actually a 3-part university course.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a huge...
Which I'm about to do.
Which I'm about to do too. 3 years in, I paid for them 3 years ago. So we need to do that too.
But that was the good thing about the weekend with the different speakers, just learning. I mean, there is so much you can do with the scanner, a lot more than I even do, that I can just keep learning and adding on. But there is so much. Yeah. It's incredible.
Yeah. Anyway, we thought we'd share some of our love about the BioResonance Solex and the new little devices, the AO Hub, the foot detox, and the PEMF mat.
Yes, I would never ever be without my scanner. And
no,
I think I'll say the same when I get the hub and the mat.
Yeah. I can't imagine being without it. And it's so good for, because I do have clients all around the place, but you do it for your family all over the place as well. Yeah. So, like I had a guy, sorry, I know we're finishing up, but I had a guy who was in Argentina recently, got really, really sick, and basically got diagnosed with dengue fever. So I was right, and we don't have dengue fever as one of our frequencies. It's not in the scanner, so that didn't deny or confirm. But what did keep showing up was malaria over and over again, as well as a few other jibbity jab things. Anyway, so it was because they're both malaria, they're both mozzies, but one's a viral vector and one's, they're two different causes, but similar sort of responses. So by the time, and he was coming home because he was in so much pain and he'd lost about 8 kilos. He's a big, tall guy wandering all over South America, having a marvelous time. Anyway, by the time he was in Chile, he was having such bad stabbing pain, and his mum contacted me again and said, look, I need you to do some more work on him. So again, I just opened up a few scans. I got his voice, which he'd sent to his mum, and it's like, I feel really sick, I can hardly get it. So I popped that into the scanner as his most recent voice that I had. And by this stage, he was in Chile. He couldn't get on another flight because it was just this burning, stabbing pain in his abdomen. So I put in diarrhea, I put in pain, I put in clotting, I put in jibbity jab toxins, I put in some stuff for viral particles and some parasite stuff. So I use a lot of frequencies compared to people who like 1 or 2. I'm like, nope, because to me, if a frequency doesn't match, it doesn't hurt you.
No, it doesn't.
That's what my brain goes.
Yeah.
I think the trainers
say it only uses what it needs.
Yeah. So anyway, so when he woke up, the stabbing pain had gone and he was able to book his next flight.
Oh, wow.
So that pain did not come back, but he could feel it working. Once I sent his mum a couple of quick little videos, so I just, and she sent it, but he could feel it, just calming his pain down. And when he got back, anyway, so very interesting. I love the distance stuff. And that's actually why I got it originally, because, again, I'm a naturopath, but my mum was dying. That was the main thing. Yeah. It wasn't my clients I was thinking about my mum. Yeah. We've got to have that, It's like the AO Hub, like my clients, but I'm thinking me. Let me sleep. The PEMF mat, let me sleep. Let me do them together. Let's rewire my brain and make me more brilliant.
Absolutely.
Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. We'll have some links below anyway, everyone. Bye.